Hello, sweeties. I have 16 of this month's Polish Pickup mood rings and emotion shades to share with you today. Quick notes before we get started. After I swatch each polish, I'll show it under studio lighting, low lighting, as well as one coat over black, and all polishes are shown with one coat of a fast dry top coat unless otherwise stated. The magnets used are the Velveteen Magnet by LynBdesigns as well as the Arc Magnet from Lantern and Wren, and links to both are in the description box. Let's get to it. First up is Ahmya Cosmetics Rocket to the Moon, inspired by Bing Bong from Inside Out. Described as a trithermal that's a deep burgundy when warm, a berry reddish pink when cool, and a purpley pink when cold, as well as pink to purple shimmer and blue-green flakes. Shown here in 2 coats, and it does dry with a little bit of texture. Shown here transitioning from cool to warm. Next we have Cameo Colors Lacquers. I wear my heart on my sleeve and my mood on my finger, inspired by a mood ring. Described as a green when cold to blue when warm thermal with a strong pink, gold, and green shimmer as well as gold metallic flakes. Shown here in 2 coats, you may need 3 if your free are just more opaque than mine. Shown here transitioning from cool to warm. The gold and green of the shimmer very much pop more in the lower lighting. Here we have Cupcake Polish in a mood, inspired by mood rings. Described as a double multichrome magnetic polish with a pink, gold, and green multichrome base and a purple, blue, and teal magnetic shift. Shown here in 2 coats. The shifts in this are very visible no matter the lighting, however in the lower lighting the gold and green shift very much try to take over. This is Mixed Tailings by Cuticula, inspired by a mood ring, described as a deep teal base with a teal, blue, and purple magnetic pole as well as green glass flakes. Shown here in 2 coats, and it does dry with subtle texture. In the studio lighting, you can clearly see the tail and a bit of the purple magnetic pigment, but the blue and purple very much pop out more in the lower lighting. Next is Glam Polish Core Memories, inspired by Inside Out, described as a neon and pastel glitter mix with a mix of shifting iridescent flakies and a hint of hollow micro glitter and a clear base. Shown here in 3 coats, and it does dry with a good amount of texture, so I applied 1 coat of a glitter smoother prior to my top coat for a fully smooth finish. The shifting iridescent flakies really pop when I move into the lower lighting. Next is Glisten Glow's Love is Love, inspired by everyone being able to love whomever they want. Described as a clear base loaded with dark purple and pink reflective glitters and loaded with rainbow of iridescent flakes and hollow flakes. Shown here in 2 coats, and it dried with a good amount of texture, so I sealed this with Glisten Glow's Glitter Grabber prior to my top coat for a fully smooth finish. The rainbow iridescent flakes really dance in the lower lighting. Also from Glisten Glow is their Fast Dry Top Coat, described as a fast drying top coat that when dry leaves your nails with a super glossy, almost wet-like appearance, and it helps keep your nails durable and chip resistant for days, and works well over stamped polishes when using a bit of the floating method as I show in this video. Shown here in 1 coat over a stamped nail art. Okay, so next is Jen and Berries, and I have no idea if I'm pronouncing this right, but according to Google, it's Kiesh Kavu Shecher. Maybe. Inspired by Enigma's Sadness Part 1. Described as a blackened black cherry with a subtle deep red shimmer and a mix of holographic flakes. Shown here in 2 coats and dries with a super subtle texture. The red shimmer is visible no matter the lighting, but in the lower lighting, it does look like it shifts to a slight bronze tone at some angles. This is KBShimmer's I've Got a Feeling, inspired by mood rings, described as a purple-leaning multichrome that has shifts of a rosy red-leaning pink, copper, rust, and yellow gold, and at some angles you can also see flashes of green and navy. Shown here in 2 coats, and it did dry with a very subtle texture. All the shifts show themselves no matter the lighting, but the green and navy blue do pop more in the lower lighting. Here we have LynBdesigns All Panic and No Disco, described as a teal when cool to clear when warm thermal indoors, but a plum to pink solar outdoors, plus some rainbow shifting flakies. Shown here in 2 coats, you may need 3 if you have more of an opaque free edge than I do, and it does dry with a bit of texture. First shown transitioning from cool to warm in regular lighting, and here it is transitioning from cool to warm under solar, or in my case, a UV lamp lighting. The shifty flakes really dance when in the lower lighting. Next is Night Owl Lacquer's Naturally Moody, inspired by Lindsay herself and mood rings. Described as a dark purple-based multichrome that shifts violet, magenta, orange, yellow, and green. Shown here in 2 coats, you may need 3 if your free edge is more opaque than mine. The violet and yellow green of the shift is very much visible in the studio lighting, and when in the lower lighting, all the different color shifts show themselves. This is Feeling Spicy by Pampered Polish, inspired by a collection of vampy book covers of the spicy variety. described as a vampy blood red jelly with black and gold metallic flakes. Shown here in 2 coats, and it does dry with a bit of texture. The gold metallic flakes pop a bit more in the lower lighting. Here we have For Riley by Pampered Polishes, described as a white curly base with rainbow colored flakes and glitter. Shown here in 2 coats, and it does dry with a bit of texture. This is Pie Colors 1000 Stars, inspired by green to blue mood ring with an antique gold band. Described as a blue-green jelly base with color-shifting shimmering gold and green and a hint of blue at the edges. Shown here in 3 coats. Most of the shifts are visible no matter the lighting, but the green does take over in the lower lighting. And here we have Royla Lacquer, I'm Not Okay, inspired by those in-between moments when you're not at your best but still trying to find your sparkle. Described as a rich berry toned base with green glass flakes. Shown here in 2 coats, and it does dry with some texture. The cool tones of the glass flakes really come to life in the lower lighting. And last we have Royla Lee's Resting Bee Face, inspired by Bea Arthur from the Golden Girls. Described as a vivid cobalt blue with purple undertones and a red, orange, and copper shifting shimmer. Shown here in 3 coats. You may only need 2 coats if you have a shorter free edge than me. The red of the shimmer is what's most seen in the studio lighting, but the orange and copper show themselves in the lower lighting. My top pick this month is Cupcake Polishes in a Mood. There is so many shifts happening in this polish, it's overwhelmingly awesome. I don't think I've ever seen a magnetic polish that has so many visible colors all at once. Usually you only see a few in each lighting, but this one showed basically all the shifts no matter the lighting. Plus the formula was really good as well. My second pick is Pie Colors with 1000 Stars. It's such a gorgeous, delicate, yet vibrant shifter, and I love when a maker can achieve that combo. Usually delicate colored multi-chromes like this don't have such strong shifts, so I really enjoyed this. And last, I'm going to go with LynBdesigns, All Panic and No Disco, because holy crap, that polish transitioned into 4 different colors. I'm not sure I've ever swatched a thermal polish that was also a solar, where the color changes were so drastic and noticeable, so this definitely had to be in my top 3. What are your favorites? Let me know in the comments. Polish Pickup goes live November 7th at polishpickup.com, and some of these polishes do have caps, so make sure you set those alarms so you don't miss out. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!